r/AskReddit. People who have been extras on a porn shoot. What's your story? Not safe for work. My time to shine. A few years back I was offered a role in a porn, and as I was excited about the offer I accepted. It was standard uninterested husband/horny wife plot. I stayed under the covers and pretended to be asleep while ass got smashed around me. But was the bed comfy though? Like some real memory foam level shit. I don't think they want to invest too much in a porn mattress. You don't want the foam to memorize that. That memory foam drinks to forget. In the back quote ATS, my dad owned a video store and was approached by an adult video production company to shoot the intro to one of their movies in his store. He agreed, and on the day of the shoot they informed him that they needed one of the employees to be in the scene as the video store clerk. So there's probably 10 seconds of this hour-long movie with my dad showing these two women to the adult section of the store. Cut to a few months later, the production company wants to do a softcore cut of the movie for cable channels, and my dad's scene is in the preview for it on the Playboy channel. He gets a call one night from his sister yelling at him about how he's in a porno. Apparently her husband liked to watch the Playboy channel and saw it. My dad had to explain how he wasn't actually in it, etc. He got a lot of calls while that preview was being shown, haha. My buddy used to be a camera guy and his wife the makeup artist on adult films in Chatsworth, California. They invited me to come visit. I didn't know this meant I'd be in a scene. It was called Frat House Fuck Fest, and I'm the guy yelling fuck her face over and over again while eating BBQ chicken. I was assured it wasn't a porn, just an erotic film, by the guy who introduced me to the project, but a few things tipped me off. Every other actor there was a porn actor. We had an alibi if the owner asked us what we were shooting. The title was a sexy riff on a well-known TV show. The director had exclusively directed porn for 40 years. Saw them shooting a scene where a dude was actively jerking off to a naked woman dancing. I just played a cop and never had to drop trow. Highest paid acting gig I'd ever gotten up to that point in my life. When they asked me what I wanted to credit myself as, I realized I couldn't put my name on it, so I chose my friend's name, to whom I owed some mild revenge. It's still on his IMDb profile. Sorry, Mike. Dirty Mike and the boys. Thanks for the F-Shack. Actually me. Friend worked for a major company whose logo you will see on memes. Got invited to be an extra and did so several times. Got paid a flat rate of $100 a shoot. Some would last longer. Parodies involving costume/makeup such as zombie. Others would last just a couple hours. Often played the BF who got cheated on. Talent was always super friendly and nice. No terrible stories. Sometimes a lot of waiting around while they shot the sex scenes. Sometimes they would cut just to focus on female talent. Saw male talent outside studio doing what he could to maintain stiffness. Some talent and extras would be using stimulants, but nothing terrible drug wise. It was a job for everyone. Pretty professional and fun. They would often buy lunch for everyone on longer shoots. Easy cash and fun times. Female talent would be overly flirty. Did a zombie parody in Star Wars 1 amongst other shoots, where my girlfriend had sex with a teacher to get out of failing grades for both of us. Or she had sex through glory hole in a changing room whilst I waited outside. Probably not as exciting an answer as hoped, but if here are any specific questions I'd be happy to answer. I used to DJ at a fuck club, swingers bar, or whatever you call them in your area. Not quite the same, but you just stop noticing the naked after a short while. I was an extra for a Public Disgrace and an upper floor shoot for King.com. It was super cool. For Public Disgrace they had an open bar, but if you chose not to drink you could actually play with the model during a couple parts of the shoot. This one chick jumped in at the first opportunity and just went to town finger banging the model lol. The upper floor shoot was basically a fancy sex party with a porn being shot in the background. They had an open bar, delicious appetizers, sex toys and furniture to use. In the outside halls they had giant oil paintings of crazy king shoots placed in golden ornate frames. It was the most posh sexy thing I've ever done. Not me, but my sexuality teacher in college. He was an extra for a porn scene because it paid well. He said all the extras had to eat cake in the background, and he was the only one actually eating it instead of pretending, and he ended up getting sick. Apparently it's pretty chill, and you almost forget the naked people having sex. What was in the cake that made him sick? Too much cumin. With extra nutmeg. My dad is an actor, and one of his first jobs was being the main non-sexual role in a porno, where he basically visited his high school graduation class crushes, and was there to look at them having sex with other dudes. It's fucking hilarious. He basically said he got paid like $500 for the day, back in the 80s, and was just improvising the entire time. There's a scene where he smiles at the camera while peeking through his roommate's door, and the last scene is him half talking / half crying to his roommate while he and another chick are going at it hard. The porno itself is absolute shit. He was definitely the highlight. Can't remember the name though. Found it on Zamster. Knew a girl who was an extra in one of the dancing bears. She said that everyone signed a waiver and the main chicks in the video that fuck the strippers were actual pornsters, but a few extras got carried away and sucked the stripper's dick. Wasn't an extra, but when I was a student and just starting out in photography I lived in Miami. I met a model, Anita Dark, who asked me to photograph her. I didn't know of her at the time. It came out later in the conversation that she was a porn star. She was really nice and sweet and asked me to shoot her and a couple of her friends for her website. I was young and single. She was seriously nice and hot, so figured why not. Turned up at her house to find her and two friends nude putting on makeup in the bathroom. Her manager was there along with another girl who was filming with a video camera. After highs and introductions I started shooting Anita's two friends who were doing a lesbian scene. During one point, while one girl was doing the other with a dildo, she looked me right in the eyes and said it's been ages since I've had a real dick. I then noticed that the girl with the video camera was filming me. I figured out quite quickly that they were hoping I'd join in. I stayed professional, figured that my family would be really disappointed in me, and finished the shoot. Said goodbye, sent them the photos, and that was the last of my porn photographer days. I'm disappointed in you. Sincerely, your family. Not me, but this guy called Joe I was an extra, and he was a printer boy trying fix a copier while people having sex on it. His only line was, you know, that's bad for the paper tray. Guess I'll contribute one. Before anyone asks, no sources available. It was for a pay site, and I'd long since lost the ability to access it. One of my best friends and former FWB ran a website for a low-level porn producer. She talked me into being in front of the camera as sort of a fake cameraman who was on camera filming people have sex. I was supposed to be a husband or boyfriend or whatnot who was filming his partner fucking someone. It was fun, I guess. Got to join in on the post-shoot hot tub parties and slept with a few of the girls when they were off duty. All in all, it was a thing I did during my wilder days. It was great. It was a spin-off of The Price is Right and I was the winner, so I came on down and played her 10/10ths would recommend. So because nobody has actually been an extra on a porn shoot, for the request, I'll add. 2 weekends ago I walked out my front door and there was just a dude walking down the sidewalk, was throwing out my old roommate's stuff, and there was a super nice fitted A's hat, and I asked dude if he wanted it, brand new, and I felt weird throwing it away. He said yeah, randomly asked me if I'd ever thought about acting. Already knew where it was going but said sure, I mean why not lay it on me. He offered me a blunt and told me that he makes porn in a house close to mine, and that they are going to be doing a all black chicks plus white hipster video. What do I think? Could I lay it down on camera? Told him I'm sure I could. We exchanged numbers, and he told me to hit him up if I was down. Didn't say no, didn't say yes. So, I could be an extra in a porn movie soon. Edit, not a troll / joke. Live in South Central LA and sidewalks are very much a thing. You are blacker than my favorite vinyl album. I used to be a professional makeup artist and was hired to do makeup on a porn set. First time on a movie, before then mostly weddings, proms, fancy nights out, occasional theater work. I thought this would be a good addition to my side hustle. I worked admin during the day and makeup on weekends. One task was to disguise the lead actress's pubic shaving shadow. Her pubic area smelled so bad it was unbearable. I'm assuming she had picked up some horrible diseases at some point and none of the male stars even seemed to notice, but she stank like a skunk that had been hit by a car and left to rot in the sun for the weekend. Absolutely decomposing flesh and putrefaction. I can't understand how the guys could deal with that. Goodness knows what they were picking up from her. That was the day I quit my MacUp side hustle. YouTube instructional videos were making us obsolete at that time anyway.